Hi, welcome to Vocal Technique Fundamentals for MMEA Western District. I'm Mary Brown-Bonacci. I teach at Westfield State University, and I'm here to coach you a little bit. So I'd like to coach you on 3 fundamentals of vocal technique. First, we'll talk about align and release, then we'll talk about your breath, and then we'll do some flow phonation. First, align and release. Stand relaxed and tall with your head parallel to the ceiling, and raise your arms and inhale. Touch your sternum with one hand and then slowly lower your arms and exhale, keeping your sternum flexibly lifted and open. This keeps your ribs up where they belong. Repeat that 3 times. Now, with your ribs up and open, find a yawn and release your jaw. This is what we call the position of inhale for singing. Drop your head from side to side to release it, and down forward. Exhale as you do this. Make sure your knees are soft as well. Never tilt your head to the back because you can impinge on the delicate cervical vertebra. Remember, they're hollow, and all the stuff that goes on in the rest of your body depends on going through those holes, so don't mess with it. Second, breathe. Now, we'll start standing and then we'll sit down in just a moment. With your arms lifted and your sternum up and open, and you've got an inhaled breath in there, exhale. Notice what moves. Go ahead and do this 3 times. If you're doing it properly, and I hope you are, your sternum should stay stable, and you should notice that the lower part of your body is moving. Inhale again, and observe the abdominal motion and a slight motion of the ribs inward. So we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale. You can feel the ribs moving, but the sternum does not drop. Now rest a moment. Reset everything. Knees are loose, weight's on the front half of the feet, head is parallel to the ceiling, sternum is open. And now you're going to inhale once again with lifting your arms. You're going to leave the ribs up, and you're going to lower your arms and gently exhale and allow your tummy to move in while you're keeping your ribs up. Do this 3 times on your own. And be sure you are noticing what's happening, and try to describe for yourself the experience of what's happening in your breath in your lower torso. So now let's talk about breath in the chair. It's really helpful to try to breathe while you're sitting down because you don't get to always stand up. It also is really helpful because it's a great way to feel it. So sit in the chair and lean over with your arms on your legs and just hang out and breathe. Lean over so that your body's mostly parallel to the floor. And notice what's moving. Is your sternum rising and lowering, or is it nice and stable? The answer is it's stable. And what's moving mostly? You should notice it mostly in your lower abdomen and also in your back. So go ahead and feel there. You can see my hands moving as I breathe. And I'm not doing anything, it's just happening. Now, you may find it uncomfortable to be here, so if you can only be here, this is fine, but just so that you're mostly parallel to the floor, to think about your spine being level to the floor. You can even do this on all fours, or you can lie on your back and try to move a book. So this is how breathing works. The viscera, that is your guts, need to remain movable to allow the diaphragm to move the lungs. So the diaphragm is going to descend, and it's going to push down on the mostly water-filled viscera and move your abdominal wall. We have no sensation, and we have very little conscious control of the diaphragm. It sits really high in your rib enclosure and moves only about 2 to 3 centimeters as we inhale and exhale. Oops, it's a little lower on this side for the heart, and it's a little higher up here. So when you inhale, it goes and pushes things down a little bit. So you'll have to release the clamp that you have on your abdominal wall as you stand, and then everything will be fine with your breathing. Now, still sitting, recall your yawn. While yawning, speak the numbers 1 through 5, 6 through 10, and 11 through 15, inhaling at the end of each group. Let's pause and I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You should use all of your air with no puffs at the end. Practice this until you can do it 6 times effectively without an error. Let me show you what that's like when you have an extra puff of air. For example, we don't want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is not capitalizing on your natural rhythm, and it's also confusing. And we kind of end up there as singers when we work with conductors a lot because we learn to not trust ourselves. So you have to trust your own natural inhalation and exhalation rhythm. So you also don't want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the squeeze, the dreaded squeeze. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can hear it in the sound, can't you? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And now I won't be silly about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can still hear it, even without me being the least bit silly. And this particular thing is the most significant fault in all young singers. So if you notice you're squeezing, fix it now, and you'll be one of the people that gets it right. So now that we understand our breathing, you're ready to speak your text on your singer's breath with that yawny feeling. I'll see if I can recall it accurately for you. My heart doth beg you not forget, my heavy heart with sorrow aching. And now let's do the breaths and the diction hints. My heart doth beg you not forget, my heavy heart with sorrow aching. Now, interesting thing that just happened, you heard a little glitch in the sound. That just meant that my larynx isn't stable. That doesn't make me or you a bad person when that happens. It just means that I didn't have everything stabilized. So let me show you what it sounds like when I think, okay, I'm just going to keep everything open in larynx. You know what? You're going to stay put. That's all you have to do. My heart doth beg you not forget, my heavy heart with sorrow aching. So all you have to do is really open up and relax. And gentlemen, this is true for you as well. Now, at last, we come to sung vowels for singers. To prepare, do this exercise with me. We're going to exercise on all the great vowels that you're going to need for this piece. Oo, e, and ah. And then we're going to add some pitches. So we're going to say, ooh-ya, ooh-ya, ooh-ya. And this, believe it or not, will help you find the best practice way to do oo, the best practice way to do e, and the best practice way to do ah, also giving you the wonderful, instructive, helpful spoken W and the wonderful J glide that I snuck in there. So first, in order to do this, I want you to say with a yawny lift. And then round your lips into a pucker, like you're around a straw, or to silently whistle. And then say, ah-oo, ah-oo. And now you get to make an awesome oo by doing them together. Ooh, ooh. And if it makes you yawn, you're doing the right thing. Now let's add a slightly spoken W to this vowel for woo. Now we're going to say we quickly 6 times. Wee, 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 wee. And I want you to notice your E vowel. Notice your lips move and not your cheeks. Wee, 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 wee. And your jaw will stay loose. You don't want to have your cheeks in a cheese face. This is not correct. So find your tongue shaping the E as it's inside your mouth like a ramp. The tip of your tongue touches the inside of your lower teeth, and it rises to lift to touch the bottom of your upper teeth, just in the front of the molars. E. I don't know if you can see inside my mouth. You don't really need to. It's more important that you feel it. E. Wee, 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 wee. Now add a ya. Wee, ya, wee, ya. Notice in all of this, you have a free face, flexible lips, no pulled cheeks, and a loose jaw, and an open vocal tract. Also remember that oo is shown as this U in IPA. The E sound is the sound of beat, and it's that lowercase I with a dot on it, the lowercase I. And the ah is our aha and fine. for the ah with the hat in IPA. So it's important for all of you to know these. They'll get very handy. Now, go back to your recording and sing it on the vowels with this loose feeling, and then add the consonants, and you'll notice the freedom and ease of expression. Thanks for stopping by. If you have questions, you can write me or contact me at the university. Serious singers are really my thing.